Hi, everyone. Hi, beautiful people. How are you? I hope I'm in the right room. Yes, there you are. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to the call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I usually start off a little slow, so that everyone has the opportunity to find the link and join us. And swallow my cacao, which is in my mouth. Which is going to give us all a love vibration on the call, baby. So, how are you? And where are you? That's what I would love to know. Where are you calling in from? So I'm going live here on Zoom and on Meeting and streaming into the Facebook group. So I need to know from all of you that you can see me and you can hear me. So let me know. And you can see me. Okay, goody. Thank you. You can see me and you can hear me, but I can't see you. Brilliant. Thank you. That's great. Thanks, guys. And that's the case no matter where you're viewing from, whether you're in Meeting or on Zoom or in the Facebook group. However, I can see all your comments, so feel free to use the chat. And it's a little different in Zoom. It's a little different. You can chat just to me, or you can send your message to everyone. And it's nice, I think, to just chat to everyone if you want to choose that option, so that we can create a bit of a vibe here. So today, I just want to really connect with you and thank you for being here. And just give you a little overview of the next few weeks' adventure, because I know that we've got a lot of new people here that are, really just wondering what this is all about. And you may have watched some of the online trainings. You may have watched all of them. And I'll be talking about those. I'll be just doing a little bit of orientation, really. And, you'll find everything you need in that introductory video. I'm not going to bore you with my story today, because it's in, I don't go on for ages, but it's in the introduction. You know what? I'm going to share my screen now and just bring you into Samcart and orientate you around that. Does that resonate? Do you want to do that first? Let me know in the chat box, wherever you are. And this is recorded as well. So if you can't we have 2 live calls a week. And if ever you can't make the live calls, you'll get access to the recordings and you can watch them at your leisure. And what's really interesting is that I use a powerful process called the ReSpark, which is part of my 5-step MM method. And although it's amazing and great to be on the call live, but you actually get more from it when you watch the replay. And you can watch the replay if you've even been on the call live. You can still watch the replay and get the benefits, because it's this magical cumulative effect that happens when we all connect with the field and activate this powerful healing modality. Now, if anything I say seems like, what is she talking about? I have no idea. Either feel free to ask me a question and or watch the introductory training. Okay, so I'm going to bring you, okay, that's cool. Everyone is giving a thumbs up for me going into Samcart and going through the introductory training. Because I know what it's like when you're new to something. It can be a little, what's going on here? I don't quite understand it. And I know for me, hands up, overwhelm is a common stumbling block that I come across. And I don't want anything to stand in the way of you creating what you love. Okay. And you, whether it's a life you adore that you want to create, or maybe you've had enough of a particular illness or some stress in your life or money issues or relationships, whatever it is. Not only are you in the right place, and I could just feel my heart right now, but I want to serve you. And this is, I really feel emotional. This is not about me, okay? This is about this work. And this work works. It has integrity. It's incredible. I've spent over 2 decades, working with masters and creating this incredible method, which is so powerful. And those of you who've watched the introduction, you'll have some kind of a realization of how powerful the work is. Now, what was I going to say? So yeah, I'm going to bring you into Samcart and give you a little tour of Samcart. So let's do that. First of all, okay. Yeah. Samcart, where are you? There you are. And don't ever expect normality from me. I don't do normality. At least I don't like to think that I do. But I want to serve you. I want you to get the magic out of this. Okay. So this is the first page that you'll come across. You should have got your login details. And if you haven't got them yet, then go to your spam or promo folder. And if they're not there, then send an email to myself or my assistant, Angel at souldiscoverycoaching.com. Or just reply to one of our emails. This is the first page that you'll come across. And you can either watch the introduction here, okay? It's almost 2 hours, and it's jam-packed, and it's when I had a 7-step process. Or you can go to the next page. Oops. And it's a different introduction that I recorded recently, and it's not only boiled down to the 5-step MM method, but it's also, as you can see, in 4 different parts. It's fun, it's experiential, and you need that education. And I explained why, but you need to watch this for some of the elements that I'm going to be sharing with you to actually work, because otherwise our gorgeous self-conscious, some people call it the ego, tickle, 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 scratch it behind the ear. It's just going to go, no, I don't know what this is. It's the unknown, and I'm not going to let this healing work. So you need to understand it. Basically, your unconscious. I'm just going to put everyone on mute so that the recording is clear when we watch the recording. So we have to have the ego, i.e. the unconscious, the self-conscious on board, as well as the unconscious and the superconscious. And if this is all a bit like, oh my God, what is she talking about? It's all explained in the introduction, okay? And then once you have watched the intro, these 4 parts, then you can actually get into the absolute meat of the training. Now you've got 4 weeks of this experience of the online training, but also 2 live coaching calls per week. Okay. And so, as I said, watch the intro first. That's broken up into 4 parts, and each part is quite short, like 20 minutes or something. And then I want to introduce you to what I call lenses. And lenses are, if you imagine that you have a camera, okay, with one of those huge lenses, and you're taking photos of a mountain or a river, a stream, far, far in the distance. So if you imagine that that's like your 1 year, your 6 month or 1 year goal, okay, you're looking at it's like, whoa, that's in the distance. But then what we do with this work is we actually take your vision, your dream, your goal, whatever you want to call it, and we bring it back from 6 to 12 months to 90 days or 3 months, then back to 30 days. What do I want to create? What do I have to have done in 30 days? Then back to 7 days, and then back today. What am I going to do today to create what I love? Now, I've been using and teaching this incredible creative process based on a book by Robert Fritz, who I actually interviewed the other day, and he's an amazing man. And it's an incredible process. However, what I was noticing was that one of two things, or often both of these things were happening for people, is that their resistance was coming up, or they weren't taking the action. Okay. So in the last few years, I've added all of these incredible things like the lenses and the respark. Right. So I think we're good there. So this is the lenses. And then the next part of the training is really gaining clarity on what your heart and soul would love to create. My favorite question is, what would you love? And very often people list all the things that they might love, or maybe the things that they'd love but they can't have, or the things that they don't want in their life. And as you move through this training, you'll gain more and more clarity about actually, what is it that I really want to create? What is it that I really want to manifest? And this, what do your heart and soul want to create, your heaven on earth experience, is a shamanic journey where you basically take, it's a meditative journey based on a Native American visioning technique called the Land of Plenty. And you go to that place where everything your heart and soul would love to create has already manifested. So it's like the mists of all of your beliefs have been raised, and you see with fresh eyes, oh my goodness, this is what I'd love. This is what I'd love. So that's what that part of the training is all about. And then values. And this is, even if you've done values work before, you'll love this. It's like no other value work you've ever done before. So they're all delivered to you in bite-sized chunks. They're all fun. They're all enjoyable. And the main thing is that this stuff works. So that's that. So now, how are we doing? Are we all still awake? Any questions? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, my beautiful people. Give me a thumbs up or an emoji. Or even, if you have a question, let me know if you've got a question. Good, you're all still awake. Because I know we've got some interesting time zones around the planet. So I'm over the moon that you're here. All right, fantastic. So I would love to guide you through the 5 steps, actually. Because these 5 steps are the 5 steps that we go through on all of our calls. And I want to just explain a little bit about how this work is different to other things, maybe that you've used or other modalities, etc. It's revolutionary. So let me just share my screen. Ooh, where's my thingamajig gone? I love a bit of tech, eh? Where's my share screen option gone? There we go. All right, so let me share this 5 steps. Can you see that? Discover how to create a life you adore. Just let me know. And these are 5 steps, as I said, that we move through in every single call. One of the things you'll hear me saying over and over and over again, can you see that? It's got a turquoise background, yeah? One of the things you'll hear me saying over and over and over again is that this training is not about problem solving. Even though, as a side effect, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, and I've explained this in the intro, so you probably know what I'm talking about. But we're not focused on your problems, and this is one of the things that makes this so different to all the other work on the planet. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. I love Greg Braden. I love Tony. All of these people, like, they're literally the masters on whose shoulders I stand. Is that right? Yeah. I think that's, is that an Oscar Wilde quotation? But this is very different in that you're not focused on the problem. And what's really interesting is when this work was taught to me nearly 2 decades ago, I was like, I'm not sure. I love the work. It's got integrity. But why is this dude slagging off all the other modalities on the planet? And I didn't like it. And I used to have arguments with him, actually, because some of those modalities really worked for me. However, when we're in a structure of working on ourselves or on focusing on a problem, the ego is really happy. Our self-conscious is really happy because we're not creating what we love. We're not outside of our comfort zone. We're in our comfort zone. We're working on ourselves. We're reading the self-help book, or we're, going to this ayahuasca retreat, or this, that, and the other. Now, here's the thing. I did that for nearly 2 decades. I didn't get it. I got it now. I've got it now. And since I've got it, not only has my life transformed and I've been able to create what I love, but here's the clincher. I've been able to sustain those dreams, the goals and the visions. Before, I'd create, overflowing money, or more money than I knew what to do with, or my dream relationship, or my beautiful home by the sea, my dog, etc., etc. But I wasn't able to sustain the success. And again, I talk about this in the introduction. Why? Because every time I had those end results, or I created those dreams, it didn't feel comfortable. My ego wasn't happy because I wasn't used to it. You'll hear me talk about a metaphor about being hit over the head with a hammer. If you go down, when you were a kid, if you go down to breakfast every morning, and every morning you get hit over the head with a hammer, right? Every single morning, your own conscious, before you know it, will go, this is life, this is normal. Now, substitute anything with getting hit over the hammer: lack of money, abusive relationships, not being able to sustain success in business or career. Put any of issues or problems in there, substitute it with the metaphor of being hit over the head with a hammer. Now, You go around, you stay at your friend's house, you go down to breakfast. Yeah, no one's been hit over the head with a hammer, and it feels odd. So our unconscious actually seeks out that environment of being hit over the head with a hammer. Substitute what you like, having a fear of public speaking, etc., etc. Okay, and it might not even be yours. It might come from generations back. Okay, but thank goodness the wonderful work of Dr. Bruce Lipton shows us that not only do we carry 7 generations of, in inverted commas, stuff in our DNA, but we can change it. And that's what we'll do in the Respark when we move through the process and you experience the Respark method, okay? So this is why it's so important. Always, in every session, we start with the question, what would you love? What do you want to create? And I mean, you can just think of unlimited things. However, when we're in the sessions, I encourage you to just focus on one thing. And the reason is because we want to create tension. Okay. And if you have a million goals and you look at where you are now, then you're not really creating that tension. Okay. And you can have a million goals, but when we're working on it in the sessions, I encourage you to just choose one thing each day. And you can always come back and watch the replay and choose something else. Work on, focus on some other vision, other dream. Okay. Is this making sense so far? Let me know if you're with me, beauties. Can you? Yes, that's it. Thank you, Dot. Standing on the shoulders of giants. It was Isaac Newton, wasn't it? It was Isaac Newton. I love that. I love that. Thank you for that, my angel. So are you guys with me? Have you got any questions? Yes. So we're always starting off in every session. What would you love? What's the one thing that you'd love to create? And it's good to word it in positive words. And let's move through this now, actually. And I want to introduce you to anchoring, where you're able to anchor an emotion that you'd love to be able to access at the drop of a hat. So think about something that you'd love to create in 6 to 12 months. Maybe it's to, and feel free to share as well. And what I will do is I might read them out, but I won't put your name there so that they'll be anonymous. If you're communicating with everyone on the call, other people will see and they'll see your name if your name is there. But just for the recording, I won't share your name along with the dream that you want to manifest. So what would you love? Maybe it's to have a dream, sexy, gorgeous relationship with the love of your life, your love partner. Maybe it's to have a successful business. I love the phrase ELF business. ELF, ELF, effortless, lucrative. Why have I forgotten the F word? Effortless, lucrative, and fun. How can I forget the fun word? So choose one thing that you'd love to create in 6 months. So let's move through this process now. And I'd love to keep this call to an hour today. Yes, of course you can, my love. That's a very good point. How do I make that smaller? Let me just scroll down, actually. So what would you love is the first step. Where are you now is the second step. And I'll come back to the other steps. So what's in the way? How much resistance is there? And then the respark, or another process. And I know some people say to me, but Jerry, aren't we working on ourselves there? Excuse me, aren't we fixing ourselves? No. You're just dropping the resistance. You're just letting the resistance go. Like, I'm holding. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing your goals and dreams and visions. Feel free to share, all of you. So just in terms of resistance, holding on. And it can be as easy as just let it go. Drop it. It can be that easy. Even if the resistance comes from ancestors up to 7 generations back. See, we've created it all so we can let it go. So first step, where are you now? What's in the way? Second step. Third step. Sorry, I'm lying. First step is what would you love? The second step is where are you now in relation to that? And I can see some of you sharing the where are you now, the worries, the doubts, the fears, etc. We'll come to that. And this is not about positive thinking. I was a miserable, positive thinking, happy face, put the happy face on, law of attraction, just focus on the good, blah, 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 for so many years, at least a decade. And it didn't work. I was just in misery underneath. So we're very real here. We get real. We use the laws of alchemy so that you can effortlessly create what you love. I hope you're hearing that I'm saying you're in good hands here. So the second part is where are you now in relation to that? And then what's the resistance? What number? And then we do the process. So you drop the resistance. We connect to a level of your consciousness called the superconscious. And that does the work because it knows what those passions are. It knows what stuff your ancestors have given you. You know, they know what protections you've put in the way that might have served you when you were a kid, but they're not serving you as an adult. And then drop the resistance. And then you see after we've done the process, well, how much resistance is there? And then take action. And this is very important because this is the proof that this stuff works. When you can take action, it means that the resistance is gone. Okay? So let's move through. And actually, you know what I'd really love to know before we go on? Everyone that's on the call, can you give me a why for yes if you have watched the introduction? No judgment, no problem. But I just need to know because I would like to take you through the respark process, but you do need to have watched the introduction. So we'll do something else if there's anyone on the call that hasn't watched it. So give me a yes if you have watched it. Give me an N if you haven't watched it. And no judgment, no embarrassment. It's cool if you haven't. It just means that, I'll direct the session in either one of two ways if you haven't watched the introduction. Because it just won't work with you if you haven't had the education part. Oh, I think everyone on the call has watched the intro. How about Facebook and Eden? I'm so excited. I think we can do that then. Okay, all the yeses. I love you guys. Well done. Amazeballs. All right. So I'm going to guide you through these steps. So what would you love? What is the dream or goal that you would love to manifest in, say, 6 to 12 months? And some of you have already shared that with me. That's great. That's brilliant. Thank you for that. So make sure that it's positively worded. And I want you to get in the end result of you having created that end result. I want you to imagine that experience when you've created what you love. And not all of you have shared what it is you'd love to create. That's absolutely cool. Just make sure that you've got something, okay? And if it's something like, you know what, I'm going to answer a couple. Do you like that blooper? I missed the desk. Someone who said, I don't know about my ancestors. How do I know what I might be carrying around? You don't need to know. That's the beauty. Your super conscious, which has been with you. You remember from the introduction, it's been with you through all time and space, and it'll be with you after you leave this plane of existence. It knows, okay? And if it's true for you right now, it will drop that resistance if you're carrying stuff from your ancestors. And most of us are, in my experience. So, if you'd love an intimate relationship, just imagine yourself getting into that end result, experiencing what it's like to be with that incredible person. What will life be like? And even maybe take yourself through the ideal day, awakening in the morning. What are they like? What are the fun things that you do? What's it like to have that beautiful person in your life? Whatever end result you're choosing. So how about I choose the end result of loving my body, of being healthy and loving my body. It's an interesting one, the word losing a certain amount of stone or weight. What do we always do when we lose something? I don't know if it resonates with you, but we want to find it again. So how about, I want to love my body. I want to reach my ideal weight and love my body, or be healthy and vibrant. So choose something that just it excites you, and just experience what that's like. Who's with you? What are you doing? Are you on the beach and you're bloody loving your body in a bikini or in a swimsuit? You're playing volleyball. What's happening in your life? Like, really get yourself in the end result. And don't worry, we're going to ground this. We're going to look at all the doubts, etc. Okay? As I said, this is not about woo-woo positive thinking. But right now, I want to coach you to just get in the end result of having it. You've created this end result. That experience is ticked off. What lets you know that's true? What lets you know that is true? I love that. Beautiful. Health and prosperity in my business. That sounds very, very juicy. So, do you mean a healthy business? Because I would love you, if you mean like to be healthy and have a prosperous business, I'd love you to choose one of the two. Just choose one of the two. And I'm going to explain why. Because we want to, in a moment, create tension. Okay? And if you have two goals, we're not going to be able to create the tension that you need between what I love and where I am now. So has everyone had a really juicy experience of that end result, that dream, that vision, that goal being manifested? Have you? Give me a Y in the chit chat box. How does it feel? Like, how does it feel? Oh my God. Maybe it's something that you wanted to create for so long. You've done it. What does it feel like? You're awakening and really full of energy. Maybe you got the sexy person next to you, or you're healthy. You've got that level of health and vitality. It's really it's interesting how, in inverted commas, Joe Blogs, or I don't know what a normal person is, but a normal person have all these wishes and these dreams. But a sick person only has one wish: to be well. It's one of the most important things, isn't it? So, what's life like? What's life like when you've got that end result? So, never had a good, healthy relationship. Okay, but have you imagined at least step one, that you've created that you're experiencing that? It's like, wow, like this relationship is mind-blowing. This is the one. Not the one, but this has all the qualities I'd love. So we want to just be really clear about being in that end result, experiencing that end result as if it's a done deal. Because here's the thing, unless you've imagined it, it ain't gonna happen. So you've got to just, and you know, I know if this is new to you, it might be difficult. If there's been years of working on yourself and not having the things you love, I know, my heart aches as I'm talking because I can feel it. I know. I've lived this stuff. I've eaten this stuff for decades. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like when we're not creating what we love, which is why I'm so passionate about it. I'm so grateful to have you all here. Hoping you're loving it. But we need to imagine it. And it takes will. It takes will to ignite the imagination and to just be in that end result. We're going to leave step one in a moment, but I want to make sure all of you have had at least a few seconds experience of absolutely being in that end result. It's done. It's ticked. You're putting the hands in the hand sockets, the bum where the bum is, the feet in the feet sockets. You're looking out through the eyes of the person that's created that. Give me a yes if you're there. How does it feel? Oh my God, how does that feel? Finally, I've done it. I've created this end result. If someone else has done it, you can do it too. Now, well done, everyone. Well done. And you've got weeks of this experience, okay? You've got weeks of it. So be gentle with yourself. Baby step, baby step, baby step. You'll nail it, okay? You'll nail it. You're going to get more and more used to this as we go on. And then you'll awaken one morning and be like, whoa, I've got that life. I've got that dream. I've got that end result. Take it off. And you're also going to get access from today to meditations that are going to help you to teach your body how to be in this end result so that your ego doesn't stand in your way, okay? So write myself a little note, access to meditations. So where are you now? The second step. Where are you now in relation to that vision that you'd love? Okay, so this amazing end result, this dream that you'd love, what's happening in your life now? What are you thinking about creating this particular end result, this dream? What are the fears, the doubts? What's that internal voice saying? I've never had this. You know, all the men are this. And, you know, what are all of those fears? What are your judgments about others maybe who have this dream, this end result? And what are your fear of judgments from others when you've created what you love? Let it all come up. What we're doing is we're making those dormant memories become active memories so that you can drop them. So there's not this invisible wall in between you taking action to create what you love. So what are the beliefs? I'm not lovable. I'm unworthy. Good. I don't belong. I'm not good enough. I need to be perfect. I'm not capable. What are the beliefs? What would someone have to believe to create the kind of current reality that you've created? And just notice. Just notice this state now. Good. You're letting it all come up. I bow to you. I respect you. Well done. Because when it's not out, you can't clear it. You know, this is so powerful. This is alchemy. This is alchemy. You're allowing your lead to become gold, i.e. your negative thoughts and feelings and beliefs to become your treasure. Okay, because here's the thing. We've created tension now. You've got clarity on what you love here. And now you've got clarity in where you are now. And it don't feel comfortable. Okay? But it's creative tension and it's needed. It's everywhere in nature. it's needed to create what you love, because you might want to write this down. Tension seeks resolution. The natural thing to happen once you've got clarity on what you love and where you are now in relation to it is this: tension seeks resolution. So well done. Even just those two first steps are so powerful. Now, step number 3. How much resistance is in the way? So if you put all of those negative thoughts, feelings, worries, etc., in a bubble, okay, and give it a number. 0 is no resistance at all. 5 is, about halfway. 10 is the most resistance you can imagine. It's like you're trying to walk through treacle. So let me know in the chat box how much resistance is there from 0 to 10. So everyone, please type a number in. Just the first number that comes to you, okay? 8, 10. We've got 2 8s, 3 10s. A 5, okay, that's low. And a 4, 3, some really high numbers and really low numbers. How about over on Zoomaloo? 9, 7, 7. How are you doing on meeting? 10. 11. I said 0 to 10. There's always one. All right, well done, everyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for permission to connect with your superconscious. You see, your superconscious, and you'll know this from the introduction, your superconscious knows why you created that resistance. And because you created it, you can also drop it. Okay, your superconscious is all-knowing, and the superconscious only wants experiences. Okay, it doesn't care whether you're single or you're overweight or you've got no energy. It's like it doesn't care if you're rocking it, if you're a millionaire, if you've got an amazing. It doesn't care. It just wants experiences. So now you're clear on what you'd love, and we've seen the resistance that's in the way. So I'm asking for your permission to connect with your superconscious, so that your superconscious can just drop. Find all of that resistance and drop it. It's kind of like if you imagine that you've got a river of desire and you're at the top of the river, and all your dreams and goals, what you love to create, is right down at the bottom of the river, okay? And you'd love to flow freely towards your dreams and goals, but there's all of these boulders in the way. There are all of these beliefs and worries and fears. And am I capable? Am I good enough? Am I lovable? Will I be hurt? All of these things are in the way. And your superconscious knows where all of those boulders are, what they are. So the superconscious is going to come along and just move those boulders out of the way so that you can flow freely towards your dreams and goals and create what you love. So in your head or in the chat box, please give me a yes for permission to connect with your superconscious. And I'm going to be speaking to your superconscious, okay? Thank you for permission. And when I speak to you, I'll say, to focus on your breathing and to open your eyes, because we'll do a little check-in in a few minutes. So start to focus on your breathing. Notice what you notice. If you want to close your eyes, feel free to do that. And I'm going to use muscle testing and connecting with your superconscious, because we're all connected at the superconscious level. I'm going to ask your superconscious to drop the resistance for once and for all, so that you can create what you love. Superconscious, are you there? Thank you, superconscious. So you see these visions, these dreams, these end results. And then in the way, we've got these this resistance. We've got family patterns. We've got body systems. There's some blocks in the meridians. And we've got chakras. I'm getting the third eye chakra. I'm also getting the 3 lower chakras, actually. So let's tag and treat everything I mentioned, all of the body systems, all the chakras, the heart, front and back. Back is to do with receiving. So please tag and treat. Do a massive change history, and everything is needed. Thank you. So we've got events past, present, and future, and also there's secondary intentions here. Because we want to be creating these end results just because we love them. Like just because we love a gorgeous body, just because we'd love to be healthy, just because we'd love to be overflowing with money or have a great business, not because it'll do something else for us. So any secondary intentions, that I'll be good enough, or I'll feel worthy, or whatever. Any secondary intentions, superconscious, can you please tag and treat along with those events? And do massive change history, and everything is needed. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. So gently open your eyes and please let me know the first number and where you are now. So for instance, 72. So what was your first number and where you are now? And it's fine if you're crying, if you're yawning, if you're still processing, totally understandable. We go quite deep into connecting in the field. And we'll go back in as well. Okay, well done, everyone. Some subtle shifts and some huge shifts. Okay, brilliant. So please give me permission again to connect with your superconscious. A little water. Superconscious, are you there? Superconscious. We have broken agreements, thoughts and feelings and beliefs. And we've also got part personalities. We have the inner child holding on to some beliefs and fears and extra weight and wanting to be alone and wanting to protect the adult. So there's a lot of inner child stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually promote the inner child to be this inner teddy bear, this inner lover, okay? Because the inner child, this wounded inner child, it did its job so well. And now it's time for it to have a promotion. So we're promoting it to this inner cuddle, inner lover, inner teddy bear. Okay? It's like this inner love. The inner child's happy to have that promotion. Brilliant, great. And in terms of other part personalities, there's a wounded lover, there's a protector controller. Is there anything else? Yeah, there is. There's this bag lady kind of shopper energy, which is all about, when I'm spending money and when I'm looking good, then it means everything is okay. But actually, it's just this nervous energy. So let's promote that part personality as well. So that part personality is now going to be the wise investor, the wise saver, the lover of both looking good and the lover of money. Okay, so it's creating a love relationship with money now rather than a fear relationship, so that business thrives, so that health and vitality thrives, so that relationships thrive. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. So please tag and treat and do a massive change history. Tagging and treating in the perfect way, in the perfect order, in massive change history, and everything that's needed. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. Okay, well done, everyone. So just before we come back, what I'd love you all to do, and I'm speaking to you as the humans on the call now and or on the recording, I'd love you to step into the end result of having this dream, what you'd love, this, whatever it is. I want you to notice the juiciest emotion. Is it happiness? Is it excitement? What is it? And I want you to turn it up. Like if it's at a 3, turn it up to a 4. Turn it up to a 10. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's feeling sexy. It can be more than one. But what I want you to do is just really turn up that emotion. Okay, and we're going to anchor that into your body. So grab a finger or a thumb, and when you're feeling that real height of excitement or love for you or happiness, I want you to grab a finger. So we're anchoring that feeling in, and then let that go. Just notice, what's the ideal day like when you've created this end result? What are you doing differently? Maybe you're spending time with different people. Maybe you're eating different food. Maybe you're, on a certain website finding this sexy man or woman. What are you doing that's different? Now get back into that end result and notice again, what positive emotions are you feeling? How does it feel to have, at last, you created this end result? What does that feel like? Notice. What's that like? What are you feeling? And now turn up that emotion. So if it's 3 or 4 or 5, double it. Turn it right up and grab your finger again. So you're anchoring that emotion in. Because from now on, anytime that you want to access that emotion, you're teaching your body to be in that end result. You're teaching your body not to resist it. That's what you want to create. And you are that now. You've got to be it to see it. All you do is grab your finger. Okay. And then notice, so what's the action that you today are going to take to create that end result? Feel free to share it in the chat box. What action are you going to take? What action will you take now or in the next few days so that you create that end result? What's the obvious step? Just notice, be in your dream, that end result has manifested, you've created it. Look back at you now in current reality, they're sitting here on this Zoom call. What's the action that they took? What's the obvious? It could be something big. It could be a masculine action, like, create a meal plan or go on a date, or it could be a feminine action. It could be a feminine action like surrender or have a nap. And if you want guidance on that, reach out to me. What's the action? And feel free to share. Super conscious, thank you so much for your work today. Please ground all the memories that we touched today back into the matrix of the universe, including memories 1, the superconscious, memory 2, the unconscious, and memory 3, the self-conscious. So gently open your eyes, beauties. Come back to me and let me know your very first number and where you are now in relation to that. 10, 1, 8, 3, good. 50, well done. So let me know your numbers. Gently come back to me. Your very first number and where you are now. So like 10, 1. Good. 80. Oh, well done. Oh, I love that. Well done. So yeah, what's your next action? What's the action that you're going to take? And you'll know This is what I love. I love so many things about this work. But this is when you know that this stuff works. It's when you take the action. So everyone, let me know. And I won't read it out. It's confidential. I won't put your name to it. I might read out the action, but not your name. So what's your next step? What's the action to take to create this end result? Well done. 10, 1, 7, 4, 8, 0. Beautiful. Well done. And guys, you'll know that the resistance is dropped when you take the action. That's what I love about this. That's what I love about this work. I love you all. You know what? Thank you for putting your energy in. Thank you for putting your love and your hearts in, and for playing full out. I hold you to that end result of what you'd love to create. And you might want to stick with this one particular thing just through the next few weeks. As I said, you can always watch the replays to work on other things, to create new end results. And I'm here for questions. We're meeting again on Friday. It's a totally different thing where we'll be talking about morning routines. I'll be explaining lenses to you. So same, but different, basically. 10, 1. Brilliant. Well done. 7, 2. And let me know that you've taken the action. So I am here for another few minutes if anyone has any questions. But thank you for playing full out. It's been really awesome to connect with you. Really, really awesome. And I love these actions, these next actions that you're sharing with me. Thank you so much. So make sure, because you see, here's the thing. If you don't take action on what, your inner wisdom has said, this is your next step, what messages are you giving your consciousness that you're not at 13:30 Cancun time? So half an hour earlier than the time we met today. With that said, I'll give you good notice, but I'm going to change the time of the Friday call, because I know that in Europe it's kind of nighttime, so it's not super wise. I'll definitely change the time, and I may change the day, but I'll give you lots of notice. But remember, if you don't take action, what message are you giving your consciousness? That I'm not a follow-through person, that I can't trust it, whatever. So I think that's really important. That was something I learned recently. If I'm not going to follow through on the bridge or the next step or the action that I was given, what message am I giving my levels of consciousness? So with all of that said, huge, big hugs. I love you all so much. And work your way through the training. There's lots of juiciness in there. It's like a magical fridge. The more you put in, the more you get out. So put your heart and soul in. And I love you all. And reach out to me. I love getting to know you all even more. Those of you who I don't know already. So I'm going to go now, and I will see you on Friday. Have an amazing few days. Bye, beautiful people. You're very welcome. Bye, beauties.